All right, so listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna keep it straight up. This is my personal opinion on how I feel how you should come out. If you don't agree, there's a lot of different people you can watch that might give a different outlook, but this is also based off of a lot of things that I've experienced personally and witnessed from a lot of other people. Let's go. All right, so how to come out. Step 1, there is no actual way to come out. There's no formula, there's no instruction, there's no blueprint, there's no actual way to come out. I can give you tips, but there's no one way that everyone comes out or that is the right way to come out. But there are a couple things that I will suggest. So when coming out, you have to, 1, accept it yourself. Like, it has to be to the point where you are very confident in that within yourself. Like you know, this is your lifestyle, this is what I want to do, this is who I am, this is what I want to be. You have to love that about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't love that about yourself, or you don't respect that about yourself, how can anyone else? Along with that, you have to understand that that's not the objective. Your objective coming out is not to get other people to accept it. Your objective coming out is not to get other people to understand it. Your objective coming out is mostly for you, because coming out is something that you do out of pride. It's something that you do so that you can get that weight off your shoulders and you don't have to hide who you are, because you know that who you are is always going to be the same, whether you are gay, transgender, bi, whatever, lesbian, it doesn't matter, purple, blue, you are the same you, and you're okay with that. You don't want to hide that, because that makes you happy, just as you would be proud of this, that, and whatever the case may be. You're proud of that too. So if you are not genuinely proud of yourself, that's something that you probably should work on first, is digging deep down and loving that about you, loving you for who you are. Moving. All right, so another thing that I would definitely say is you have to pay attention to what your situation is. If you are 12, okay, maybe that's, you could be 12 though, but if you are like 17, 16, in your mom's and dad's place or grandma's place or whatever the case may be, you are going to school, you don't have a job, you don't have, you know what I'm saying, like you're basically relying on them, you're under their rules. You want to understand that you don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you're going to end up fucked. You don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you're going to end up on the street knowing that you don't have nowhere to go. You can't go to your aunties, you can't go to your friends. If you are in a basically a situation where they might already kind of know and fuck with you because of that, and you feel like you're in a very dangerous situation, now that's different. Now you definitely want to try to find a way to get yourself out of that situation, because it's not good for you, it's not safe. But I'm speaking more in a situation where you it may not be dangerous, but you do rely on your family members or whoever you're living with. If you feel like, and you might not even know, that's the thing, you can't predict how people are going to react. You might think, oh, my people are gonna kick me, they're gonna ban me, they're gonna disown me, they're gonna do this, and they might not. But then you might think, they're not gonna care, and then they might actually react that way. So that's the thing about it, you can't really predict how other people are gonna take what you're saying. You do want to make sure that is no matter how they go, you're gonna be okay. If they decide they're gonna kick you out, you have a place to go, or you have money, or you have a job, or you have, you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure of that, because there's too many people who do this so fast but they don't do this. And I understand that you want to be proud and stuff like that, but that should be the push. I understand that you want to get out and you want to be free and you want to be like, hey, this is me and I'm out, let's do it. I understand that, but you got to understand also that if you don't have the tools and the means to survive, you're going to put yourself in a situation that's not only going to make it hard, because not only do you miss out on your family or your, you know, whatever happens with your family that already hurts your soul, but also now you're going to be in a predicament where you got to figure other things out faster than you would have had to. You might be 16 and now you got to figure out shit like you're fucking 22, 23, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. That's what I did. Like, I didn't get kicked out because I was gay, but I got kicked out because I basically wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to not listen to the rules or whatever and just go about my business how I wanted it, and didn't want to really respect the rules that you know, were there. And I didn't have the means to survive, kind of. I mean, luckily I had my sister and I went to my sister's place or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, if I was smart, I would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. I'm gonna go to work, save my money, move out. That way I could do what I want to do, respect my mother, you know what I'm saying? Like, respect the rules, you know. Yeah, if you feel like you know, whether they're gonna disown you or not disown you and accept you with open arms, you do want to make sure though that you are okay either way. Another thing, when coming out, there is no, like I said, proper way to do it. There's no certain thing that you say. There's no certain, well, I want to say there's not a certain way that you. There's a lot of talking. So, where was I at? Oh, okay. So, when you are actually coming out, when you actually are having the talk, I personally wouldn't recommend text messages or emails or anything unless you have to. I definitely feel like a face-to-face conversation makes a difference because it shows that you're serious. It shows that you know what you're talking about. It shows that, you know what I'm saying, you could just have this, like, this eye-to-eye, this heartfelt, sincere, genuine conversation about what you have to. Now, doing this, like I said, there's no exact way to do it. So my only advice is to just do it. You know, and you did everything that I already told you. Everything that, you know, everything is like check for all that shit that I just said. Now, there's no perfect time. I mean, of course, like, if it's like a birthday party or something for somebody else, you don't want to be like, hey everybody, so wait a minute, listen, wait, I have to tell you something. I am gay. I'm gay. Does anybody have a problem? You don't wanna do that. There's other time, you know, there's actually proper timing, but you know what I mean is, like, if you're waiting for a time where you feel like they're gonna be less likely to do this or that, there's really, how they gonna react is how they gonna react. Your objective is for you to get this weight off your shoulders because this is something that you're sincerely proud about, you're happy about, and you wanna, you know, live in your truth. One thing though that you can ask of them only is to love you the same. Don't expect them to understand. Don't expect them to accept it, and don't expect them to want to know more about it, because at first in my situation it was just like, I just don't want to see. You know, a lot of people have that situation where they're just like, well, I don't care, but I just don't want to see. So no, you might not be able to be like, Mom, this is Sarah, my girlfriend. Dad, this is Bob is my boyfriend. Like, you might not be able to, you know what I'm saying, Bob might not be able to come over. Bob might not be able to come to family events. I don't know, it depends on the case, but you have to accept whatever that is if you're under somebody else's roof. My mom would be so proud of me for saying that, because she tried to beat that in my head for a really long time. But yeah, so that's not the objective, is for that. Everything might not go exactly how you want it to be and be like everybody else's story. Back to what I was saying before, my camera ever so rudely almost got beat the fuck up. All right, so now it's time to do it. So now you tell whoever it is, and you just, very simple, straight to the point. Ain't no beating around the bush, ain't no none of that. Like, some people get irritated by that shit. Like, bitch, just say it, just fucking say the shit. Like, some people might already know and they just like, bitch, why are you even trying to like do all this extra shit? We already know what you about to say. Yeah, bam, you said it. So now I would like to end it with, you know, all I ask, you know, from you is just to love me the same. You know, nothing's different. I'm still the same Tabitha. Nothing changed. Everybody's situation is different, so they might have been like, Bitch, shut your ass up. I don't care about that shit. What you want for dinner? Great. But then you might have someone that's like, oh, well, I just don't want to be around it. I don't understand that. How could, like, ew, I could never, you know, you might have that. Take it, okay. Don't try to force somebody. The thing is, you can't force nobody to like what you like. You can't force nobody to understand what you may understand. You can't force anybody to do none of that shit. You can't force anybody to see something how you see it. Like, let that go. If you think that you're about to convince somebody to, no. Only way most of the time that you can convince somebody is letting them come around to it, letting them see it themselves. And if they don't want to see it, letting them come around to it. Simple as that. Maybe they might learn something another way or something like that. I don't know. But that should not really be a concern. Like, that's not important. You did this for you. You didn't do this for them. You might have that situation, or you might have someone who's like, get the fuck out. That's it. You're not my son. You're not my daughter. Bye. In that, you got your money saved up. You got a job. You got a friend's house to go to, or family, or you call Auntie Sarah. You know that you got somebody that you could turn to. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. But this is what the early part was for. The early part, when you had that time with yourself and you thought about everything, you built up that strength inside, so that if this happens, it hurts, but you know that you're gonna be okay with that. So now it's time to be proud of yourself, because you did something that a lot of people are afraid of. You did something that a lot of people are afraid of. You did something that some people never ever do. They don't live in their truth. They don't be who they know they are for other people. They don't get to live their life in happiness. You did that. And even if you watch this after you did it and you understand this and you relate to it, if you're watching this and you haven't done anything but you're thinking about it, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, because you're building up that courage to do something that is tough. I don't know why it's like that in this world, why we even have to do this regular shit. Feel like just the way you like girls, like a dude likes a girl or a girl likes a guy, and they didn't have to fucking come out and say, hey, I like boys, hey, I like girls. Just like they didn't have to do that, we shouldn't have to do this. But this is the fucking world that we live in. So I'm proud of you, because it took a lot to get here, I'm sure. And don't rush it. You don't have, just if everybody else around you is coming out and shit like that, don't fucking rush it. If you're not ready, you're not ready. That's it. You gotta get there on your own. Even if you fucking 45, even if you fucking 62, and it took you that long, but you decided to just do it, I'm fucking proud. Some people don't do that. Some people die not doing this shit. Some people in their lives because they can't do this shit. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that every step that you take, even just the thought, is like monumental. It's incredible. Know that you can do this. Know that you can do this. Okay, you can do this. If you're in a situation where you just moved out, or you just was told that you're not a part of the family, or you're not your mom's child or your dad's child or whatever, I love you. Okay, I love you so much. No, I don't know you personally, but I love that strength in you, that you've made it this far. Promise me, if you haven't seen anything that I've been going through, I mean everything that I've gone through, and think about the things that you guys don't know that I'll go through, and the things that I have gone through that you guys never got to see. I'm here, I'm 22, and sometimes I feel like I'm 45 or something, and I don't know, the world feels heavy, and I feel like, how am I supposed to do this? I wasn't taught this in school. They didn't teach us this. How am I gonna make it through? How am I gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just feel like, how it's just me, and this is bigger than me, and this is stronger than me, but it's not stronger than you. It's not bigger than you. It's not. Okay, so I know it might be hard to believe at this moment, but things are gonna get better, because I remember when I thought that it wouldn't. and I thought that this was it. Why am I even here? But if I didn't hold on, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And I'm not entirely at the top, but I'm definitely in a better place than I've been. When you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. And life is literally filled with ups and downs. I'm up right now, and I might face it down soon or later. But the thing is, every time that I went down, I got stronger. So now you might be at a down, but when you get to that other spot, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, a bitch is strong. I personally feel like that is how to come out, or these are my tips as far as, you know, now that you've come out, live in your truth. Live in your truth. If you can't have that person around, or you can't do things in front of certain people, okay, that's fine. Go someplace else and go make yourself happy. You're not living for them, you're living for you. So now just find your happiness. If you ended up having to leave the house or whatever the case may be, go make some friends. Make some friends that are just like you, or make some friends just in general, and confide in your friends, and let them be your support system. Let them be your backbone. Let them be those things for you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't have anyone, you have a million people that are going through the same thing. So you're not alone. So guys, I hope I covered majority of the things. If you have any tips for someone who's coming out, if you can help someone who's coming out, or if you haven't come out, comment down below. Scared, or what's going through your mind, or what are you about to do, or if this helped you, or if you know somebody who can relate to this, if you know someone who needs this video, share it with them and help someone. Definitely, guys, I want to talk to you guys about this. So if you have any comments or concerns or questions, comment down below. Let's fucking, Liddy Gang is a family, and that's what we all here for, each other, no matter what we go through. This is home for a lot of people. So when I talk to you, you know, birds of a feather flock together. And when I look at y'all, y'all are a reflection of myself. And I like to say I got a good heart. I like to say that I like to be there for people, and I know what it's like sometimes. So let's be that for each other. I love you guys, and yeah, I guess this was kind of a serious video. I hope you liked it. If you want more videos like this, let me know. If you want, make sure that you check out my last one of my most recent vlogs, because I definitely feel like it kind of links up with this, or just having the strength to do things that maybe you didn't feel like you had the strength to do. So definitely there is going to be a little icon, a little eye here on the screen, so just go ahead and click that, and it's going to have the links to you know, vlogs and stuff like that, or the link to videos that you definitely might want to check out. So here, my fucking camera's dying. Remember, everything lit, cause you the shh, and I'm not gonna play with you. Liddy gang gang gang. Out this bitch.